What up? It's your boy Wall Street, back again. And today I want to talk about the worst team in the NBA, the Utah Jazz. But the future is bright for the Jazz because they're going to get, more likely than not, a top 5 or top 6 pick. But besides that, they do have some good players on their team already who have very, very, very high potential. And the player I want to talk about today, who I believe has probably the most potential on this team, is Walker Kessler. Walker Kessler played college basketball at both UNC and Auburn. He was the 22nd overall pick in the 2022 NBA draft. He was selected by the Memphis Grizzlies but was traded to the Utah Jazz. He was a member of the NBA All-Rookie First Team. He finished third in Rookie of the Year voting in 2022. Or I should say 2023. It was the 22-23 season, right? And he's just steadily improved, in my opinion, every single year. He had a slight drop-off from his first year to his second year in terms of production. But his potential is very high. And he doesn't take a lot of shots. He's not the greatest offensive player yet. And what I like is that the Jazz are letting him experiment a little bit more with his offensive game. Like, for example, I saw him against, in several games this year, taking threes. And this guy is 7 feet tall, 245 pounds. He does not look like a natural shooter. And he isn't, for the most part. He is a guy that shoots right under the basket, easy shots. That's why he has such a high field goal percentage. He's never shot below 65% for an entire season in the 3 years that he's been in the league. But this has been his best season so far. He's averaging 11.1 points per game, 2.4 blocks. He's currently leading the league in blocks and 12.2 rebounds per game. He's getting 4.6 offensive rebounds per game. He needs to improve from the free throw line, only shooting 53% from there. But his 2-point percentage is 71%. And he's shooting 18% from three, but he's not taking a lot. He's taking 0.6 threes per game, which translates to 33 attempts this season. But he's made a career high 6 so far this season. So I do think this is just something he's going to work on. And it's going to, get better and better over time, and it's going to allow him to be more of a pick and pop player as well as a pick and roll player. But this is why I think, obviously, I'm a Wizards fan. I want the Wizards to get the number 1 overall pick and draft Cooper Flagg. And I honestly believe, Cooper Flagg's going to be the best pick for anybody in this draft just because of how good he is. But I do think if the Jazz get the 2nd overall pick or the 3rd overall pick and they can pick Dylan Harper or Kasparas Yakuchonis, I think that is the direction they should go in, because I think an elite level guard such as Dylan Harper or Kasparas Yakuchonis is really going to activate Walker Kessler a lot more. And I think his potential, like I said, it's through the roof. Like, Walker Kessler really can be, I think, better than what Rudy Gobert was for the Jazz, right? And I think that was really the intention, is like, let's draft this guy, or trade for the guy on draft night to be the replacement for Rudy Gobert. And I think, this guy, I think, can get up to 20 points per game. Like, it's not going to be a consistent thing. I think he's naturally more of a defensive-oriented player, mainly because of his play style. He blocks a lot of shots. He's a rim protector. But that doesn't mean that he can't contribute offensively. And I think as the Jazz get more offensive weapons, with the rate that he rebounds the ball, both on the defensive glass and the offensive glass, his points per game number is gonna just gradually increase, I think, as seasons go on. And he's young. Like, he's literally 23 years old. So there's gonna be a lot of growth here, I think, over the next, call it 2-3 seasons for Walker Kessler. And frankly, I wouldn't be surprised if we see him in an all-star game here in the next couple of years, right? I think the Jazz are going to be a good team again. I don't know if they're going to be a championship team, whenever. Like, obviously, Lauri Markkanen has missed a significant amount of time this season. He's been a big piece of their team. He's probably going to be back next season. He just signed a big old extension. You know, there was all that talk about Lauri Markkanen going to the Warriors, getting traded to the Warriors, and then he signed that deal that prevented him from getting traded until after the trade deadline this season, so that kind of ruled it out. And there's still a possibility where he gets traded. You know, it depends on who they pick in the draft, what direction they're trying to move in. They could probably get a significant haul for Lauri Markkanen, but that remains to be, you know, a question that is going to need to be answered probably in the next season or two, and if the Jazz want to keep Lauri on that team. But Walker Kessler, like I said, dude has an insane amount of potential, leading the league in leading the league in blocks, 2.4 blocks per game, and he's only 23 years old. This is a player that I think anyone would like to have on their team, and even though there have not been many bright spots for the Utah Jazz this season, I think Walker Kessler is the brightest spot that they have to look forward to in the coming years. So, obviously, they're going to get a good draft pick this season, or I should say this coming off season, and that's going to improve their team a lot. Hopefully, Lauri Markkanen comes back healthy next year, and we'll see the Jazz be a much more competitive team. I do not think they're going to be some sort of elite playoff team, but who knows? Anything can happen in the NBA, so that's what makes the league exciting. But let me know what you guys think about Walker Kessler. Just wanted to hop on here and give him his flowers because no one's really been talking about the Jazz because of how bad they are. And I think his numbers are going unnoticed, right? Being fifth in the league in total rebounds per game, over 12 a game, and, you know, averaging a double-double, leading the league in blocks as well. This is something to be taking note of, even though they're the worst team in the league. There's positive notes in any disaster, right? So that's just what it is, man. Wanted to talk about Walker Kessler. Keep doing your thing, Walker. I'm a big fan. And I'm going to check you guys later, man. Stay safe, stay up, stay humble, handle business, stand on business. Peace out.